Hey babes, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. My name is Nikki for those of you who are new here, and for those of you who are not, welcome back. And if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. I would love to have you here on my channel. So today we're going to be doing my first fall look of the season. I know it's technically not fall quite yet, but honestly today was the first day in Georgia where it felt like fall. It was really cool and breezy, and honestly I got a little cold out. I was wearing my sweatshirt around my hips and I decided that it was like too chilly to not wear it outside, so that's a big deal. It's really nice out, and like temperature wise I guess, so it really brought out that like fall feeling within me. So today we're doing this beautiful fall look that is all e.l.f. Everything is just, it's just amazing. So the only thing that I don't have from e.l.f. right now is lashes and mascara and eyeliner, but I know they do have some. I just personally don't own any yet, but I did try some new things. Their lip liner, their Retro Paradise like lip kit I tried out, their new lip balms as well. So if you guys want to see those products in action, then just go ahead and keep watching. I'm gonna go ahead and start with my eyeshadow. So just for a kind of a quick recap, these are the two concealers that I used. I used the matte one kind of on the top of my brow bone because I don't really have anything to set that with, and I know the matte will like really hold well. And then also it was lighter, and then the hydrating one I have in the shade Medium Peach, so it kind of matches my skin tone a little better for the lower part of my eyes. So I just kind of mixed those, and now what I'm going to use for my eyeshadow is the e.l.f. duos. I only have one of each. This one is a highlighter and blush duo, and then these little quads. I have talked about this one so much on my channel. This is the bite-sized eyeshadow in the shade Pumpkin Pie. I think it is like the perfect little fall palette, travel palette, summer palette. It is the most beautiful neutral like situation that e.l.f. has come out with, I think, ever. I'm so obsessed with it. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Also, I was gonna get their primer infused bronzer, and I have to say I completely regret not getting it. I think that it would have been like the most beautiful addition to like my e.l.f. product collection, but since I didn't, I will also be using the e.l.f. bronzer palette in my crease today. I'm just going to take, if you're looking at it like this, I'm going to take the matte lightest shade and run that in my crease as my first transition shade. So these last few years I have been incredibly impressed with e.l.f. and I think that especially this year, for some reason these quads and stuff, I just think they're absolutely stunning, and e.l.f. is just hitting it out of the park lately. So now I'm going to go in with this blush and highlight duo in the shade Lychee, and I'm taking the blush and also just running it over that bronzer. Honestly, that's just to give it like a little bit more of a warm kind of appearance. This is it by itself. And now I'm going to go into the quad. I'm going to take this first matte shade and run that on the lower part of my crease. This is probably my favorite eyeshadow in this entire pan just because it's so versatile and I use it so much. It's probably the shade that I will hit pan first. So now I'm going to just deepen up the eyes with this darker brown shade. And I'm just going to pack that on. This shade can get really deep and intense and just absolutely stunning. Honestly, I think it's one of the, like these little quads are some of the best formulas that e.l.f. has ever come out with in eyeshadow. And I just don't stop being impressed with them. So, like, I can't say enough good things. In addition to that, I think that if you are a beginner in makeup, or you're starting out, or maybe you're just in high school and you're wanting to dabble into makeup, these are so affordable. This is literally $3, and to be able to do eyeshadow and start learning and mastering your technique, this is one of the best ways to do it without breaking the bank. So I'm just kind of diffusing that upwards, and I'm going to take the same brush I was using earlier and just kind of blend those two shades together, just making sure that everything is blended nicely and I get a nice little gradient happening. Now, you could leave this look totally matte, and honestly, it is so beautiful to do it that way. But actually going to dabble into this bronzy, like pumpkin-y shade, and I'm actually just going to apply it with my finger on the inner corner of my eye, keeping it super basic and just easy to do. Honestly, you don't need to have a ton of brushes to create really beautiful looks, and just use the tools that God gave you. So I'm just using my finger. If you want it to be more intense, of course you can spray your finger with some setting spray and it'll kind of amp it up, but I'm good with it just the way it is. These eyeshadows don't bleed or smudge or move around any really on me, so I'm not super concerned about making them stay, basically. So now what I'm going to do is move on to the skin, and I'm going to finish up my eyes here in a little bit. I'm going to start with the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. This is just the original one, and I'm going to apply that on my cheek area and on my nose. And just working this into the skin. So I've really been loving e.l.f.'s primers. I think like all of their primers are my favorite out of all of my collection. So I figured I would go ahead and pick up some of their newer complexion products. I'm also going to use this e.l.f. Plus Matte Oil Control Primer. This specifically I'm going to apply on my nose just because my nose gets pretty oily, and I'm also going to put it on my chin. This is like a clear silicone kind of consistency. And the next thing I'm going to do is just go ahead and pop on this e.l.f. BB cream. This has SPF 20, which I love, and so it's just really good. Even in the wintertime, you want to remember to continue to apply SPF. That's something that is like I think a pretty large misconception, is that if it's a little cloudy you don't need to apply SPF. So I love that having SPF in a product like foundation or a BB cream is super helpful. So this BB cream is actually pretty full coverage. I have the shade Nude, and you can actually see it's already on my forehead and it's set. And I'm just going to go ahead and apply it with a brush first. It does have that sunscreen scent, so it does smell just straight up like sunscreen, but that's okay, it doesn't really bother me. And this is actually new from e.l.f., so I'm testing it out, and I've only used it one other time, very briefly. So this is a more tan color for me, and that's okay, especially because you can see I'm kind of wearing like a turtleneck-esque sweater. And on top of that, when I go in with my concealer and such, it's going to kind of balance it all out. But it has like a really nice like satin finish. It's not super dewy, but it's very much like a skin-like finish. So now I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in the shade Medium Peach. And I'm also going to go in with the matte one in the shade Light Sand. This is much lighter, and I'm going to just put this on the kind of inner corners of my eye a little bit, just to lighten this little area up. I'm also going to be using the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder today. This is a really nice luminous setting powder, but it doesn't have any kind of shimmer in it, which is really nice. And I'm also using my e.l.f. Total Perfecting Sponge, I think is what it's called. I always forget the name. So then for my inner corners, just to blend this, I'm going to just take this little pencil brush and kind of blend that area out. Somebody recently asked me what my favorite makeup brand is, and this is actually a question that I get a lot from people who maybe aren't so much into the makeup community, and I think that reason is because people want to know like one trusty go-to brand, and I hardly ever have an answer, and I can never just pick one brand. But I normally, or when I was asked this question recently, I answered, part of it for me is I like makeup that's affordable, because my channel is geared toward affordable makeup and very accessible makeup for everyday women. And so when I was answering, I decided right then and there that my 3 favorite brands for makeup, and it's a totally true statement, is e.l.f., Wet n Wild, and then Maybelline, in that order. And the reason Maybelline is at the bottom of this list is actually because I don't think that they are yet cruelty-free, and that's something that is kind of frustrating, because I don't really think they need to not be cruelty-free at this point, but I hope they get it together soon. That will definitely bring them up in ranking on my list. So you can kind of see that with that e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder, my skin doesn't really have any shimmer in it, but it is nice and like skin-like. My under eye doesn't look dry, so I'm a big fan of that. Next up, because my lips look super dry right now, I'm going to go in with the Ride or Die Lip Balm. So I think they have 4 or 5, maybe more, different ones of these, and you guys, I'm obsessed. So the first thing I did was I ordered one off of Ulta.com, and I was having trouble picking my like perfect shade, and if I really were to only get one, I have to say that I would get the Tough Cookie one. It actually matches my natural lips better. It doesn't have any, I guess, it doesn't look fake, you know what I mean? But I think I could use it alone. I could use it with a lip liner, and so I think it's probably the most versatile for me. But the one that I ordered at first was just Peachy, and it has this really pinky, bright, orange-esque color, and I wasn't, you know, I just wasn't sure. But I ordered this one first, loved the formula, and so then I decided to pick up 2 more. So now I have the clear one, which is really great. I'm going to keep this one next to my bed. I love having like a really moisturizing lip balm or like lip mask next to my bed at night. And this one's going in my purse, and this one's just chilling here because these are amazing. You literally need one in your life. If you're only gonna get one, maybe just get like the minty one. It's clear, nobody's gonna, you know, question it. You can share this with your significant other if, you know, you want to do that, and you don't have to worry about it having any color. So I really, really love this one. It's super versatile, like the concept of it being clear anyway. I haven't used it yet. You see me opening it now. But this one is a minty flavor, and you literally only need so little of this. Like, that's all I'm taking out, and even that is so much. I also really like that with this applicator situation, you can use your finger just to scrape it out, and it's not like an applicator lip balm that you put on like on your lips, because then it's easy to kind of squeeze them out for your mom or your friend or whoever, and it not like touch your lips back and forth. But let me just show you really quick. This is the shade Just Peachy. It comes out a very like orange color, and that color is super intense. And then the Tough Cookie one is like a perfect match for kind of what my natural lips should look like most of the time if they're not like dry and cracked like they are now. It is this beautiful caramel toasty brown color. I think this works for deeper to medium skin tones. But yeah, I'm a big fan of these, and I totally recommend them. I'm very much obsessed. I think they're such a dupe for like a high-end feel kind of product. So if you are like very into minimal makeup, I think these are just worth the absolute raving review that I'm giving them. So I'm just gonna go ahead and bronze and work on my like face complexion situation right now, and then we'll jump back into the eyes. I'm just using the bronzer palette and taking this lighter matte shade to bronze and kind of contour my cheeks. So jumping back into the eyes, I'm going to take this Lychee Face Duo again, and I'm going to go in with this highlighter. I really like it because it's like a peachy gold highlighter, and I just think that it is kind of the kind of highlighters that I generally like, so I'm hoping that I love it. Oh yeah, this is gorgeous. I can't wait to put this all over my face. But I'm using it to just highlight my inner corner. I like it because it has like very, very minuscule little glitter particles, I think. But it's nothing too like glittery or chunky, or it's not going to look weird. Next, I am really into a simple under eye. That's kind of always been my jam. So I'm just going to take the lightest matte shade and the darkest matte shade and just run it on my lower lash line. And for this, what I like to do is take my damp beauty sponge and look up, and that way I kind of prep the area, wet it a little bit, and any of that loose powder that I had going on there doesn't affect the application of the eyeshadow. So I just realized I don't have a black eyeliner from e.l.f, so I'm just going to quickly pop on some black eyeliner. This one is from Covergirl. This is their Major Matte Black Eyeliner, and I'm just going to pop on my eyeliner, do a wing. I think that in the fall time I kind of gravitate more toward wing liner, and then in the summertime I kind of fade away from it a little bit. So I'm going to do that really quick, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so that's the eyeliner. It looks really good, really simple. Another thing that I don't have from e.l.f, and I guess I probably should look into, because I don't even know if they, like, I haven't seen any, is mascara. But I'm going to go in today with the e.l.f. Essence Lash Princess Mascara. This is the Sculpted Volume 1. This you can get, I think, at Walgreens or CVS, but I know for sure you can get it at Ulta. Or I'm just going to go ahead and apply some mascara and then some falsies, and I'll be right back so we can get back into all these e.l.f. goodies and face stuff. So this to me is like a super classic fall look that is just like very much adaptable to like fall cozy weather. Super easy, super basic, but I wanted to show you guys what it looks like with just mascara, because I know not everybody is like into really big spidery voluminous lashes. So this is just my like lashes with one coat of this mascara. It's a really great mascara, and you can kind of see what they look like here on the side. So I'm gonna go put some falsies on. I'll be right back. So I quickly just rubbed off the clear Ride or Die lip balm, and I'm gonna show you guys the shade Tough Cookie, just because that one was you know, kind of looking a little bit almost gray because of my foundation in it. So I'm gonna take a little bit of this one just to show you guys that really you don't need much, and this one in particular has a beautiful shade. It's like perfect for fall, and if you're one of those people who is just super minimal, this is perfect. And I love the scent of this one. It's probably my favorite. Also, I think that this one's really good if you're a mom on the go. It hydrates your lips. It looks kind of like you have a little something going on. It's kind of lipstick, kind of lip balm. It is perfect, and it's super easy to throw in your purse and it won't spill. I will say I did have the Just Peachy one in my purse on a hot day, and the consistency did get very soft, so just keep a heads up on that one, but it doesn't spill. Okay, so this is the difference lashes make. I did choose a super dramatic pair because I feel like when the fall comes around, I feel like you can kind of get away with like darker eyes and bigger kind of, I don't know, just kind of my feeling, I guess. But now I'm going to take the bronzer that I was using again to contour my face, and I'm going to just kind of clean up my nose a little bit and make it look nice and snatched. Now I feel like it kind of just like fades into my skin, but this will kind of accentuate it in a very almost subtle way too, because I'm just using kind of like a bronzer, contouring it, making it look like it's a part of everything. Okay, so now moving on to blush, and for blush I have, let's see, I have both the like Peachy duo from e.l.f, obviously from e.l.f, and then I also have their blush palette. This is my favorite shade in their blush palette, just like as an FYI. It's absolutely gorgeous. But I might use both today because this shade does seem a little bit light for kind of like my blush preference. But I'm going to do a duo fiber brush, and I'm just kind of going to start building that up. I like to take my blush and kind of swirl it upwards into my bronzer so that it all kind of meshes together. Okay, I actually really like this blush, and you can see the difference that it has made already in my cheeks. It is a nice matte bronzer, but it doesn't give me a ton of kick up, which I like. And it's also really pigmented. It's like buildable, and so you could definitely do a softer amount if that's what you're into, or you could build it up. So now I'm going to take the highlighter in this and highlight my nose. I'm going to just like dab it a little bit with my sponge, get it nice and moist so that the highlighter sticks to it really well. Wow, that highlighter looks super beaming. I actually think I'm going to soften it a little bit. I didn't expect it to get so intense because it wasn't that intense on my inner corner. So I just sprayed some setting spray on my skin. You can kind of maybe see it looks a little extra dewy. But what I'm going to do is take the same highlighter and kind of just dust it on my cheeks a little bit and on my forehead too, just to give myself a little bit of a highlight. I'm doing it first with a super loose brush. That way it's nice and dispersed. It gives me like a super soft overall glow. And then I'm going to do it more intense with a more precise brush. I also do have some texture right here, so I'm going to try to like kind of avoid that area. Okay, so far I'm super impressed with this highlighter. I have tried other e.l.f. highlighters in the past, and I wasn't the biggest fan. And so I didn't know if I was going to think this highlighter was like beaming, but as you can see, it's definitely glowing, and it's really pretty because it does have those like microscopic kind of glitters that I like, that really I think tie a highlighter together in my opinion. So I really like this one. I wish that they had one that had maybe a different kind of blush with this kind of highlight, but also they're just $3. I can buy more and kind of combine them, and they're just so little and just like perfect to toss in your purse if you're like needing to touch up anything. This is really great for that. Okay, so I also picked this up, and this was literally the last one at Target, and I was so excited to see this. This is the e.l.f. Retro Paradise Lip Kit. So it retails for $10, and you get 5 different products in here. You get this beautiful lip gloss and then 4 different lip pencils. Honestly, I only got this for the lip pencils. I thought it was that worth it. I saw Juicy Jazz do a review on this, and her review was so glowing that I literally was like, okay, I need this. Like, I need it. I don't think I'm going to use this like incredibly bright pink, but you never know, and like I don't have anything like it, so I figured why not. So this is my first time opening it. I think it's really pretty. It actually has this like holographic sheet in here, which is super cute. But yeah, I mostly got it for the lip liners. I think these lip liners are perfect for fall. I'm going to go in with the shade. Do they have shades on them? I don't see that they have shades, but especially like these, I think that they would have needed to have shades in there. But it basically goes from a darker to a lighter lip liner, like a more brown to a more like peachy brown. And you can see they kind of like increase in hue or decrease, however you want to look at it. So I'm going not with the darkest one, but with kind of the middle one. I didn't have a really nice brown lip liner, so I'm really excited to have this and try it out. Actually, you know what? I'm going to use this one because I have the e.l.f. Nabella Noir collab as a lip liner that I want to use today. Because I don't want to use a gloss simply because I'm going to be wearing a mask in a little while, and anytime I wear a gloss, it's just gonna come off and it's going to be a whole thing. So I'm going to show you guys what the e.l.f. Retro Paradise lip gloss looks like real quick. Super beautiful. This is like very summery in my opinion. I will say this has a really nice scent though. I can't exactly pinpoint what it is, but this is probably the best smelling lip gloss I think I've ever tried. It's a very unique scent. This is their Dream On lip gloss in the shade A Moment, and it's really beautiful. Has this beautiful iridescence to it. You can see it like when I move my lips. It kind of has like a pinky purpley kind of reflectivity to it, so it's really nice. It's just not what I would kind of go for fall. One thing I will say about this lip gloss is you can feel the glitter particles though, which I don't necessarily like, but like I said, it's so like iridescent and bright, and if you really want that look, you kind of have to like go for it and kind of deal with it. But yeah, it's really pretty. You can see that even after I have taken it off, that the glitter particles still have stayed on my lips, which good or bad, however you want to look at it. It doesn't terribly bother me, but now that I'm going to go in with like a matte lip, it kind of might show through and that kind of worries me. But anyway, I'm going to go with the brown and the darkest lip liner in this collection. So you could definitely go for a super vampy look with this, but because the only lip liner I have is this one, I'm going to kind of do a gradient lip here. And now instead of going in with the darkest one, I'm going to move on to kind of like that middle brown. I will say these are definitely creamy enough to kind of use on their own, which I really, really enjoy. And so now I'm just going to go with the e.l.f. Nabella Noir lip collab. This is a liquid lipstick. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. I honestly have to say, like, I'm super impressed with e.l.f. I have been for a while, and I have to say too that I really love the lip liners from that Paradise, like Retro Paradise kit. That's literally what I bought them for. I knew I really wasn't going to fall in love with that lip gloss. I love lip gloss. I'm a lip gloss girl, but to be honest, I don't like iridescent lip glosses like that. If I like them to be like glittery and sparkly, yes, but I don't like that like iridescent shift. It's just not something that I prefer. So my mom actually does love it though, and so I'm going to give that to her. And you know, you never know when you need a pink lip liner. I don't have one, so maybe I'll get some use out of that soon. We'll never, you know, we'll see. I really love the way that this lip came out, and just like blending the shades together was absolutely beautiful, super fall-esque. I think the lip really ties this look together and to making it like that perfect fall moment. So I'm a big fan. I really love it, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this look. I hope you recreate it. I hope you definitely get to see these products in action for yourself, because honestly they are a gem. And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys!